3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1196. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting the subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. If you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. And thank you very much for your support, as well as your presence during this reading. It could be someone or something within you or outside of you that you feel called to release or to change. And I really want to emphasize how not alone you are when it comes to letting go. Allowing yourself to heal, to find closure, and to create more peace, maybe even predictability in your life. I personally believe that there is a massive spiritual awakening happening around the world as a call for all of us to let go, to find more acceptance in whatever way that means for each and every one of us. We have very diverse experiences, but we all feel the same range of emotions. And I'm feeling connected to the ocean right now. I do see the element of water as being connected to emotions. So maybe you also feel connected to the ocean or drawn to it for some reason. Now I'm feeling connected to that song where the lyrics go, a drop in the ocean and a change in the weather. Maybe there is something standing out to you about weather patterns. I am aware of a so-called super or mega El Nino. So maybe you want to keep an eye on that. I'm generally feeling connected to a tornadic weather environment. And this could include hurricanes, other than tornadoes. But symbolically, I see these weather patterns as something very destructive, but beautiful in a way, or fascinating in a way. So maybe there is some major upheaval or destruction in your life, from the past, the present, or the future. There's something fascinating about it. It's not, maybe it could be a little scary, but it definitely makes you feel curious, I could say. And I just saw the number 432 on the timer. Just about trusting that everything happens for a reason. This upheaval or destruction, you're curious about it. for a reason. Maybe you feel called or drawn in that direction for a reason. That drop in the ocean, in a recent reading I did make a similar analogy or metaphor about a drop of water in a bucket. It's kind of like what it's like thinking about all 8 billion of us coming together. We're all like an ocean collectively, but each one of us is just a drop. But you need every drop to create the ocean. The wave, I want to say. Now I'm thinking of like video games where it's the kind of video games where there's like different waves and you have to fight them. Maybe there are different rounds, round 1, 2, etc. And for me personally, that's kind of what life feels like. Especially as an American, I suppose. I do believe that in terms of this global spiritual awakening or whatever, it's happening in waves, ripples. I'm not sure why I mentioned that, but I just felt called to. Let's go ahead and move into interpreting the number 1196. The number 1 is about having trust and faith. I just saw 654, trust that everything happens for a reason in particular. Number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. And number 6 is encouragement for you to make an important choice between self-love and self-destruction. And this decision is important because whether you choose to love or destroy yourself will define whether or not you are a loving or destructive force in the world towards other people or certain situations. It's always important to choose love. And for so many reasons, like it's about self-respect and peace, but also not just individually, but globally. If you do feel called or driven by a sense of purpose, I really, really encourage you to have trust in it, have faith in it, especially if you recognize the idea of, massive amounts of people waking up to the spiritual truth and nature of who we are and what this life is. And that interpretation of the number 9 about helping the world release what no longer works, this reminds me of what I talked about before. If someone here may be feeling called to let go of someone or something, and then my emphasis into, how not alone you are, or we all are. If this letting go is rooted in a sense of purpose, there's deeper meaning or spiritual significance. Trust it and have faith in it. Even if you're not seeing the full truth, it feels like you're seeing something or you're picking up on something. Maybe you feel like you're following some breadcrumbs or some sort of trail or path that isn't exactly clear where it's going, but it feels right. I myself am definitely a truth seeker. you may identify as that as well. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 9 is 11, plus 6 is 17, and 1 plus 7 is 8, which, when you know it, the number is about loss, and trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. There's a lot here about having trust when it comes to letting go of someone or something, trusting that it will pay off and that you feel called to do it for a reason, a significant and important reason, practical, spiritual, or both. Overall, this number 1196 has been about having trust and faith, having a sense of purpose, letting someone or something go to help contribute to something greater than you, and choosing to love yourself, to take care of yourself, and have a healthy relationship with yourself. I feel like that's a really important thing here, like letting go of someone or something, allowing yourself to move on in a healthy way, allowing yourself to heal and to just have trust in the process, in the healing process. So you can see that there are a couple of decks of cards on the table. Right here, I have the Secrets of Tarot cards, as well as the Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards. For some reason, I am feeling connected to both the Prisma Visions Tarot and the Magical Dogs Tarot. I did consider using the Magical Dogs Tarot, but then I felt drawn to more darker themed or, mystical themed type of decks, and that's why I chose this one, because out of all three of them, it's the one I felt most called to. But now it's Prisma Visions, but I don't feel called to switch out the deck like I normally do. And keep using the Secrets of Tarot here. But maybe there's something significant about those other decks, or a significant reading that I did recently or whenever with one of those decks of cards. You might have also felt drawn to or connected to the messages in Mystery Reading 1194. Let's go ahead and draw out a couple of these tarot cards. And the first one is the Knight of Pentacles. It says relentless. I also just felt connected to the word reverence. Something religious or biblical here. It says efficient, hard work, routine, diligence, perseverance, messenger, news. There's the zodiac signs of Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and the element of earth. The artist wrote young man 25 years, visitors, message to share. I'm going to take what resonates from this card. But the Knight of Pentacles represents somebody who is very focused on something or someone. They're trying to invest in something, grow something, really work toward something. I'm feeling connected to the Seven of Pentacles now, which is another one of those cards about hard work. I really, really encourage you to have patience. The Knight of Pentacles, hardworking, but also very patient, because this knight knows that for hard work to pay off, you have to be consistent. And in my opinion, it seems like the only way to really be consistent is to be patient. And of course, to have trust and faith in the process as well. The next card is the Nine of Cups. It says luxury, comfort, balance, joy, fulfillment, environment. I also just felt connected to the word enrollment. Maybe there's a school or college or university or something else that you feel called to enroll in or attend. I just felt connected to the word frequentare, which means to attend in Italian. So somebody's ancestors are encouraging them. Well, they're either encouraging you to enroll in something or to really think about it and make sure it's what you really want. This card also says fulfill, ideal, and inspire. Zodiac sign is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Element of water. The artist wrote improvements underway, feeling smug or pleased. This does have the number 9 on it. As we already said, that number is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. And just as I was saying that, so the number 555 on the timer, which is about change and transformation. So that really feels like a powerful confirmation for you to let go and to trust in this sense of purpose or meaning. The Nine of Cups itself really is about emotional fulfillment and comfort, just like the card says. It does seem like this is something that you are working toward, especially because this knight is looking towards the Nine of Cups here. And this is confirmation for you to keep your eyes on the prize. Stay focused on this healing journey and finding the comfort, the balance, and the joy that you're looking for. And I'm feeling connected to this book that I read. So it tells like little stories every day that's connected to parts of the Bible. And for the month of July, it was about 4 different words for me, which were remembrance, sacrifice, gratitude, and joy. And it was pretty much just about Jesus's sacrifice and what it has done since. The truth, the light, the awareness, maybe even the alertness. It has spread for hundreds of thousands of years. And you don't have to be religious for this to stand out for you. I'm certainly not. But, I mean, if I feel connected to it, I feel connected to it for a reason. So maybe there's something historically significant about this part of Christianity that you want to look into. I do believe that Jesus was a real person and he did have a real impact, but his story was hijacked. That's what I believe. I could be wrong, but this could be something that you want to explore yourself. Let me go ahead and get one of these Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards. Man, I feel like there's just some part of some of us who's just like wants people to wake up. Because I do believe in heaven in a way. Like, I don't believe that it's on a different plane or in a different dimension. I think it's about creating heaven on earth. Let's be real. Doesn't it already feel like hell? The Ancestors Spirit Oracle card that I have says interact and relate. Community, family, and traditions. This instantly made me feel something about making a difference or having a positive impact, especially on family or your local community. It really just feels like a reminder from your ancestors that this really is bigger than you. And your ancestors want you to interact with others, relate with others with your own story to help spread truth and love, just like I believe Jesus wanted to do, for spiritual or religious reasons or whatever you want to call it. If you feel called to connect with somebody or to share your story in some way, this is your confirmation to do so. Overall, this reading has encouraged you to have trust and faith, especially in the process and the idea that everything happens for a reason and that whatever is lost will be replaced. This reading has really been about having a sense of purpose and letting go with a sense of purpose, helping the world release what no longer works. And this hasn't been a major theme during this reading, at least. But there's also been encouragement for you to choose self-love, self-care, and self-respect over self-neglect, self-hate, self-disrespect. It's encouragement for you to have a healthy and loving, supportive, and nurturing relationship with yourself, regardless of your gender. You should be your own best friend, not your own worst enemy. And honestly, I really wouldn't be surprised if it does take some degree of self-love to help you stay focused on this journey of healing. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of self-love needed. And I just saw 111. More encouragement there to have trust and faith in whoever, whatever you feel called to let go. Allow yourself to heal, to find closure, and to have more peace within yourself so you can create more peace within your life, your relationships, or any other situation that you have yourself involved in. The cards on the table have made it clear that somebody is working hard on finding comfort, joy, balance, fulfillment, and more. And you deserve that. I really just feel called to encourage you to stay focused, really, and to use your voice wherever you feel called to speak. Connect with the people who you feel called to connect with, grow with the people that you feel called to grow with. There's really something beautiful going on here. And I just saw the number 222 on the timer. And that can be confirmation of a significant relationship or situation on your mind. And for this reading, it definitely feels like confirmation of finding balance. It can also be about being wise with your choices and making sure that you are protecting yourself, your time, your energy, your resources, especially because for somebody, there's a warning here about somebody or some situation that wants to take advantage of you, your vulnerability, or they want to explore, or they're already exploiting a vulnerability that you have, or have shown this could be happening right now, being reactive to protecting yourself, or something in the future, being more preventative. Yeah. Like I said, it's allowing yourself to heal and let go and choose self-love. There's so many benefits. And one of them is definitely being able to protect yourself and your future, and maybe even the people around you that you care about.